Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Friday evening. Say hello, Samantha.
Hi.
Samantha's going to join me for a few moments. It's nice to see all of you. Feel free, if you're a first timer, feel free to pop in the chat and ask anything you want, even of Samantha. Why don't you tell us about your day?
So I have a gymnastics camp that just ended. It's called Camp Integrity. It's really fun, and I really liked it. But I'm really sad that it's over now.
Yeah, but what's next week, though? You got another camp next week.
Yeah, zoo camp.
So you go from one camp
to another.
to the next. I didn't do this type of stuff when I was 8 years old.
Of course you didn't.
All right. Miss Jen is here. She says, hi, Samantha. You see her there?
Hi.
Right? And Brandon says, hey, Samantha. Right? What else? We tell people what we had for dinner tonight.
George's pizza.
But what kind of pizza do we have? Because you picked it tonight.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken pizza. And I put some jalapenos on mine. I had 2 peppers I had grown myself in the garden, and the 2 women who live in this house didn't want to have any of them. So I ate all the peppers myself.
He ate 2 of them.
And now I got a little rumble in my tummy. I could be having some diarrhea. What's the matter?
You hate going,
Diarrhea?
Yeah, at night.
I hate going crap at night. That's right. I like my morning craps.
Not your night ones.
Bald Bull says, what's the latest book that you're reading?
Dork Diaries, which is like a diary just
about mom.
No! Mom's not a dork. It's about this like cute, nice girl and her enemy.
And her enemy?
Yeah.
What happens then?
So there's a bunch of books, and she the enemy does, Mackenzie, she does different bad things to her. Like, for example, stole her diary.
Stole her diary?
And put mean notes on her Miss Know-It-All newspaper website.
Okay.
So she's mean.
Does she get what she deserves at the end?
It always ends in smiley faces. So
okay.
She puts like smiley faces, frowny faces. Yeah.
See, Bull says Mackenzie needs to go to jail.
Okay, see? That sounds good.
That sounds good?
But she's going to a posh school, which she does not deserve.
Posh?
Yeah,
like fancy?
Northampton Hills is...
Ew! I like posh things!
Actually, royal people go there.
Oh, yes! Of course I do! What are you going to do tonight when I'm doing this thing?
Just watch TV. Upstairs.
You know what I would love for you to do?
What?
Could you run upstairs and get me a...
Okay.
All right. Tonight, the beverage of choice is a Fresca. And she's going to go get me a brand new cold one. Thank you to my friends, the Lion's Den, as always, for sponsoring this gathering of idiots. Is Samantha excited about the Oasis reunion? We were actually watching a little bit from their show tonight, which apparently was outside in like 85-degree heat. And for them, that's a big deal. Are you excited for Oasis?
Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody what you got today.
Daddy ordered me a shirt that's like a queen shirt. And
a queen shirt? Like this type of queen?
No,
what
the
kind
band.
Because that's you love Queen, right?
I love Queen.
When we were in London, we walked past Freddie Mercury's old house.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And his ghost followed us home.
Who's his ghost?
He's the ghost. He followed us home. Don't you remember?
Wait.
No.
No.
All right, go upstairs and do whatever you're going to do.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Don't aggravate your mother.
Okay.
Okay? Because every time I come upstairs, whenever you are aggravating her, she yells at me, even though I didn't do anything.
Okay.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Close the door. Who won the ping pong match today? We're pretty even today. I think I won the long form matches, the 21 point. Obviously, during the show, we can't play to 21. We play to 11 during the commercial breaks. I want to say Timmy won those. Maybe I won that too. I don't remember. She is an awesome human. I agree. Did we ride the London Eye? We did not. It was her choice. I asked her if she wanted to do it, and she said, "How long does it take to get to the top?" And I said, "I don't know, about 45 minutes to go around the whole thing." And she said, "No, no, thank you." Watch any rugby this time. It wasn't rugby that I watched. The last time I went, it was cricket. It was in Oxford. They were playing cricket on the lawn. I stood there for an hour thinking I could figure it out, but I couldn't do it. Actually, at the race that we had a couple weeks back, a nice, friendly Indian man who listens to the show said he would love to explain cricket to me. So he wants to get together, and we're going to watch cricket together. So we'll see if that happens. I'm going to miss the show live when I move across the country. It'll be nice to catch these live. Where are you moving to, Kelly, and why are you moving? Just curious. Why hasn't Beam joined Crosstalk yet? Is there bad blood there? Absolutely not. We were fooling around today during one of the commercial breaks because he was sitting with Adam King, who was telling us all about how he was bleeding from the ass, which was always great to hear. Which fries should I get at Restoration Hardware? The regular fries. Don't get the truffle fries. Not worth it. Regular fries comes with ketchup and a little aioli to dip. Fabulous. Are you going to talk to Tim about how he talks over people and he talks when it's not appropriate for him to speak? Tim, we're all aware of our flaws, right? We all know that we have things that we need to work on, myself included. I personally don't have a problem with it because that's the whole nature of what I want to accomplish is a conversation. And and it's the same thing I told T-Bone when he first started doing the show with me. I don't want you thinking about when it's your turn to talk, when it's appropriate for you to talk. Have I talked too much already? Because then that takes you out of the moment and out of the conversation. Does that lend itself sometimes to people talking over each other? Yeah. But you know what? I'd rather have that authentic moment than a bunch of guys like robots who just stop talking. The other one starts, stop, start, stop. I hate shows like that. I don't listen to them. I don't like them. So if I have to deal with a little bit of talk over, then I'll deal with it. I'll make fun of him for it, of course, because that's what we do. But no, I don't have a problem with it. Kelly is moving to New Mexico for work. Did we say something about that before? I want to say, Kelly, you told me you were moving to New Mexico. Or Kelly, were you the dude that wanted to get with Nicole? And because I remember somebody was moving to New Mexico. Who has the best mozzarella cheese sticks? I'll tell you what, if we're talking about, and we're not talking about cheese curds from Culver's. Those are two completely different things. They're both fried cheese, but I wouldn't put them in the same category. I think White Castle has a sneaky good mozzarella cheese stick. I'm trying to think about like sit down restaurants. I'll come back to that one. Did Nicole ever find a match? Well, if she ever comes back from her 19 vacations that she's taken in a row, maybe I'll ask her. Sheets. Can I tell you a little something about Sheets? I've actually never eaten anything at Sheets. And maybe it's because T-Bone for a long time told me how great Sheets was that I instantly just pulled away. You want to sort of do the opposite of what mommy tells you to do. And in this scenario, T-Bone is mommy. But I will have to. I also don't like getting out of the car. And if I'm going to eat shit, I want to eat shit from a window quickly. I don't want to have to go outside and walk to get shit. You shit at Sheets today. Very good. Who has the cleanest bathrooms, though? The people at Sheets? Or what's the other one? Turkey Hill? Bucky's? I feel like I'm missing another one, too. What is it? Wawa, which I've never been to? By the way, porn pad is here with me, too, which also doubles as just my regular pad. Your Rimmer's daddy and Bone is mommy. What a nightmare that would be. Are you a steak guy? Any good cooking tips? I have plenty of good cooking tips. I've tried every method known to man. Straight grilling, hot pan, reverse sear, oven method, basting in butter, all of it. I think it depends on the type of steak that you're making. But if you're a fan of like a leaner cut, like a filet, like my wife is, so I tend to make a lot of those, nothing beats a sous vide water bath. Get yourself a vacuum sealer, salt and pep up a filet or two, seal it up in the bag, put it in water. Obviously, you need a sous vide machine or whatever the hell they call those things. I like mine on the medium rare side, so I cook it at about 125 to 127. Let it sit in there for a couple hours. The beauty part about sous vide is that it's never going to overcook. It will never go above whatever temperature you set it to. So if you set it to 127, it will never go above. You can leave it in there for 8 hours. Now, the texture of the meat will change a little bit the longer you leave it in there, but the cooking temperature will never change. But then when you take it out of the bag, it looks like a meat fetus, right? There's no color to it. It's just gray. You can eat it. It's perfectly fine. However, you want a little sear on that steak. At least I want a sear on that steak. What I like to, some people like to heat up a really hot cast iron skillet, do it on the stove, sear it about a minute each side, a little melted butter. Beautiful. I hate making the house smell like meat. I just don't like that. So I get the grill super duper hot, and then I grill up the steaks, probably about 2 minutes total, moving them around, getting some char on every bit of that steak, and then you slice it up and your pants fly off your body. Meat Fetus is a great band name, and maybe T-Bone listens to them at Furnace Fest, and they sound like this, which is also my monkey sex face. Do you wish you were on the South Side this weekend for the Sox 20th anniversary of their championship season when you were 25 at the time? R.I.P. Bobby Jenks, World Series hero. Yeah, it's. I was just watching before I popped on here. They just unveiled the Mark Burley statue on the concourse. There are moments of your life where it just means more to you. That's not to say that you can't enjoy success. I do enjoy success. I loved last Buckeye season. I love 2014. I love 2002. For me, though, that 2005 White Sox team, because I really didn't think it could be done. to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people made a big deal the year before in 2004 when the Red Sox won the World Series. They were the cursed team, right? Curse of the Bambino. They're never going to win. It's been so long since they've won. Well, the White Sox last won a World Series in 1917. Longer time than the Boston Red Sox. But nobody really talked about that because that's not a sexy story. Because people care about the Cubs. Remember when the Cubs made the World Series? What was that, 2016? Indians/Guardians fans? 2019? What year is it? I don't even know what year it is. Anyway, I'm reading articles on ESPN saying it's going to be the first World Series game in Chicago since 1959. And it's like, you forgot the team that won the World Series in 2005. They also play in the city of Chicago. One of my favorite things that I had, and I wish I still had it. I'd never wear it out, obviously, but I had Lee Elia died this week, right? Lee Elia, manager of the Cubs. He had one of the all-time great rants, tirades of all time. 4 minutes long, just firing words, pissing people off, everything. Because back then, back in 1983, when this happened, nobody went to Wrigley Field. There were like 3,000 people there. They didn't have lights up. Everything was a day game. The neighborhood wasn't what it was today. 3,000 people would show up. And one of my favorite things that he said during that rant about the dumb Cub fans who dare come to the ballpark to watch his team suck was, it's a playground for the cocksuckers. I had a T-shirt that had a drawing of Wrigley Field on it that said playground for the cocksuckers, and I loved it. And I will get another one and wear it on this basement show. Mark Burley, the pitcher, didn't need a pitch clock. They were just showing some highlights from his career because they unveiled the statue. Mark Burley threw a complete game. Again, no pitch clock back then, kiddies, in an hour and 37 minutes. An hour and 37-minute complete game, and we're not talking about something that occurred in 1941. Unbelievable. Write that down and print it. Jen's upset about the Cubs. The Cubs can huff fart. I was rooting for the Indians so badly during that World Series. You have no idea. The Indians are the 2016 World Series champions. By the way, Fish, big Cub fan that I work with, boss at the radio station, took the last Klondike bar in the freezer today. But it's not even the fact that he took the last Klondike bar. It's that he took the last Klondike bar and left the box in the freezer today. Now, kudos to him. He copped to it. But there will be on Monday slight Singapore caning for such a ridiculous action. I don't think Fish is here. Fish told me that he was going to do some good screwing tonight. He didn't tell me that, but I'd get a kick out of it if he actually was right now. That's like taking the last shot of whiskey and leaving the empty bottle. Yes, it is. And it's like my wife drinking 99.9% of the gallon of milk and leaving a teaspoon in there. And the gallons that we buy are white, so they're not translucent. I can't see how much milk is in there until you pick it up and try and use it. A teaspoon of milk left in this thing. And I already poured the bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Jail, 10 years. Man, this is making me burp. That's the thing about when I would drink the bourbon. I didn't have burpees. This Fresca. It's refreshing, but belchy. Oh, Fish is here. Fishy, fishy. Took time away from his lovemaking to join the chat. Slight caning. Well, I'm not going to totally flog you. Hopefully no waterbed fish. No traction. Doesn't it boggle your mind that Teddy had a waterbed for like 15 years? Of all the people that I would pick to have a waterbed, it would not be Ted. Make sure Fish sees you are drinking Fresca. Yes, Fish, look. Fresca. I wish they made hard Fresca. We were thinking this week about doing the No Sports Allowed show next Thursday. What do we think of that? What do you think of that? It's a day that we're all going to be around because Ted takes like every single Wednesday off. And when asked informally, you guys seem to want that, but please speak up in the comments. Ted strikes me as a super nice guy who probably is a serial killer. I can see that. I told you, I told this week on the show, and people think I'm kidding around. I'm not. Teddy, once upon a time, cut his hair with a Flowbee. If you ever wondered who bought and used one of those things, it was Ted. When I first met Ted, like sideburns, having any sideburns, that was a thing that, like in the 90s, you didn't want to have a lot of sideburns until like 90210 came along, and then sideburns started to come back down. Teddy actually had negative sideburns. Somehow he would shave like here. Totally unnecessary. He's the only person I ever met with negative sideburns. What's the crazy story we're talking about? Your Fresca makes me hard. Yes. Go see my friends. Tri-State. See, what happens is all my advertisements, you go full circle, right? Stick with me here for a second. So I was actually thinking about this the other day driving into work because I'm a sick fuck. Let's try and put all my advertisements together. You want to get an erection so you can press your significant other up against your universal windows, which are so snug and tight, you don't have to worry about them breaking when you're pumping. So you get in your Germain Lexus and drive to the Lion's Den to help you, right? And but this is all on your honeymoon, by the way, after you got your engagement ring at Worthington Jewelers from Bob Capace. What the hell else am I missing? Help me. I'm missing something. It's driving me crazy. Coors Light. Yes, thank you, Fish. And you celebrate your lovemaking and erection with an ice cold Coors Light. I could do better than that. Oh, how about this? You've gotten the erection from Tri-State Men's Health, which means you no longer have blue balls, so you can celebrate with the blue mountains on the can of Coors Light. Oh, sell for 1%. Sell for 1% realty. Then You're so excited. Shit, how do I? Oh, you do so much in-house boning that the neighbors complain about how loud you guys are. You're forced, the HOA sends you a letter, you have to sell your house. But good news, you're going to sell your house for just 1% commission, because my guys at Sell for 1% will take care of all of that. You save a bunch of money. You take all the money that you saved, and then you donate it to Nationwide Children's Hospital. See? Oh shit, Care Heating and Cooling. I mean, it's easy to say you're boning in your cool house with Care. How else can we incorporate Care Heating and Cooling? I just realized they have a lot of endorsements. Maybe when you sell your house, you move into a new house. It's an older home and you like all of it, but it has a ratty HVAC system. You don't trust it, right? And so you call Care Heating and Cooling and they come out and they pimp that out. When you want it cold, it gets cold. When you want it hot, you make it hot. Then you become mental and need Adam H. Good job, John. That was probably about 10 years ago, maybe even more. While driving your Lexus, I did the Lexus. I had Hooters key lime pie last Sunday and it was good. Have you ever had it? No, I used to be a big Hooters guy. I mourn them. I mourn the loss. However, when I would go to Hooters, I would stuff myself so much with buffalo shrimp and wings and all sorts of extras. I never had room for key lime pie. T-Bone likes key lime pie and pie. Oh shit, the lawn from Weed Man. This is much more complicated than I thought. When you move into your new house with the ratty HVAC system, it also has a very unkempt lawn, weeds and dandelions everywhere. You want to make a good impression on your new neighbors because they're going to hear you screwing, but at least they'll hear you screwing in your new home while looking at your lush green lawn. And then maybe like the sick Fs that didn't call in, that texted the show today, you would do it on a picnic table in your front lawn. What about Kevin Kurge's law? No, I don't do that anymore. I will treat Hooters, either Dayton or Mason. As much as I enjoy all of your company, I think I draw the line at random excursions to Hooters with listeners I've never met. Got to set up a tour for you at the zoo soon. I'm leaving beginning of next year. Mental health can't take it anymore. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm glad that you're taking that seriously. But yes, I would love to go to the zoo. I've said that to you about 1,000,000 times, and you just keep ignoring me. What band do you like? I love lots of bands. We were talking about Oasis earlier. They're doing their reunion shows right now. I love Oasis. I think everybody's sort of partial to the music they grew up listening to. When I was in high school, it was the 90s, right? And so that to me is the best genre for music. I'm not stating that as a fact, obviously, because there's no such thing as that, but it's my opinion because that's when I was banging. I was influential. I was going through changes and puberty and all that stuff. And so you have the soundtrack of your life that surrounds all of that. So Oasis, Pearl Jam, Collective Soul. You know, we're talking about classics like the Beatles and Queen and Billy Joel and all that stuff. I'm a big fan of jazz too because my father listened to jazz, and so that just sort of latched on to me. We need another live sports update. 14.6 of the Fan by Common Man. I swear to God, I had no idea that was in there. And if I did know, I wouldn't have played it because it's embarrassing as hell. I can't thank you enough for the Friction Baby recommendation. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy that you enjoyed that. It really does. Collective Soul Blue album was my first ever purchase. So good. I think everybody remembers the first CD or cassette or whatever the hell it was that you bought with your own money. I actually was telling my daughter this week, because I popped it in to listen to it. Jesus Christ. That Billy Joel Stormfront was the first CD I ever bought with my own money. 1989. And I remember when I was in school, actually I went to the store with my dad and I had, $15, whatever the hell it costs, which to me was everything. $15 was like I was rich. And I had two CDs in my hand. I had Billy Joel Stormfront and I had Paul McCartney Flowers in the Dirt. And I was going back and forth. And I knew that I probably wanted the Billy Joel one, but I thought the Paul McCartney cover was cooler looking with all the flowers on it. I chose the right album. I have Paul McCartney Flowers in the Dirt now, but I remember that moment and how proud I felt when I paid the cashier with my own money. And I was telling Samantha that story, and she was trying to wrap her mind around. How old are you? 100? That's so long ago. Yes. You going to see Paul in November? I'd like to. I just found out we're giving away tickets for it next week. It's ironic that I have tickets to give away, and yet I don't have tickets to the thing. I did send an email to our wonderful friend Jen, who hopefully can get me a couple tickets, but she also knows that I'm a pain in the ass, and I want the VIP tickets. I want to sit on Paul's lap and whisper to him. And you know what? It'd be cool to take my parents to that, because my parents are big Beatles fans and they don't go anywhere and they don't do anything, but they're still physically able, and I think they would enjoy it. Did you watch the Ozzy concert? I did not watch the whole thing. I did watch the Ozzy performance, which I got to tell you, he's 76 years old and sitting down and has Parkinson's, and I still thought he sounded better than Axl Rose sounds today. But I am not a big fan of stuff like that. I mean, I know that there are people who say, and I get it, I understand it, I just don't agree. They enjoy it, let them go out on their own terms. Like I saw another clip from Frankie Valli this week, who's in his 90s. I mean, he is just staring into space. And he's not even moving his mouth when the vocal track is playing. And there are people that go and they're like, I can't do that. I feel sorry for the old man that is either being coerced onto this stage or feels like their life is not complete if they don't do this. It was my problem with Lee Corso, too. It's like, oh, look at Lee Corso. It's like, yeah, look at Lee Corso almost fall down off of the stage while trying to put a mascot head on. Some people think that's brave. I think that's sad. That's just me. I told Timmy and Teddy, it's like when I start to get to that level, God forbid, I'm probably there now. Just coerce me outside with like a pizza in the woods and then shoot me in the back of the head. I won't know it's coming, and my last thought will be, "Ooh, look, pizza." I don't want to go out like that. I've seen Paul 6 times, and my mom's been there with me for all of them. I hope she can be there with me in November. I'm sure she will be there with you. And I wonder too, because there's going to be older people there, right? Like the first concert I ever went to was a Bon Jovi concert where Skid Row opened up for them in 1989 at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. And that was the first time that I ever saw breasts that didn't belong to my mom. As disgusting as that is. I wonder, do like the 80-year-old ladies who go to the Paul McCartney concerts, do they flash their breasts? And do they look like the old woman in Something About Mary? And do we projectile vomit when we see it? I don't know. Neil Diamond refunded my ticket when he thought he put on a bad show. Should be mandatory. Convince me the Bears do not have the ugliest NFL uniforms. I don't know what to tell you. You're blind. Did you watch Jaws with a Coors? No, I did not watch Jaws last night. I wanted to watch Jaws last night, but my daughter wanted to have Pinball Fest 2025, so we played pinball. But it's streaming now on the Disney Plus, so I'm going to watch it tonight as soon as I'm done with you idiots. Still waiting on my refund from all the bad CM Timmy episodes. Whatever you paid, I'll double it. Is Timmy in this thing? How was your dinner tonight, Timmy? Timmy went to a fancy dinner. Did you go to Cento? Hey, it's another Cameron Mitchell restaurant. How was it? I mean, it's 8:39 and Cento was delicious. When's the bone-in start? Jack's not home tonight, right? Cento. Soon? What did you get, you fuck? Open up a little tub of Lloyd's. Excuse me, my love. I'd like to incorporate some Lloyd's barbecue brisket in our lovemaking. Did you ever catch a show at the old Polaris Amphitheater? Saw bare naked ladies there in the late 90s. No, I did not. I think, when did they close that? I think it was still open when I moved here. I know that Kristen, who grew up in Dublin, she used to go there all the time because her father would get tickets through work. – 2007. Well, then yes, I was still open. We're going to break into the Krispy Kreme later, take a ride on the conveyor of goo. The sad part is you would have to break into the Krispy Kreme because back in the day, they were all open 24 hours. Now they're barely open at all. Have you tried Torritas yet? Yes, I've had Torritas. I had Torritas many years ago. It's very good. Flew too close to the sun on wings of pastrami. From your lips to God's ears. Had a nice whipped ricotta or ricotta with a giant meatball. She had a carbonara, and I had a lasagna. Good lasagna, Timmy? Here's my problem with most lasagna. It's too saucy. Just to get the layers, and I like that crispy edge on the top. I don't want you to drench it in sauce. Good food out here in Marysville. Elaborate. You ever come out this way? We can peep into Bones' house. Yes, Bone goes to bed early too. We can sneak in and teabag him after he's had a couple of Ambien. Go to Pasquale's. I've been there before. I enjoyed it. It was good. What did you eat tonight, Jen? We have to have some sort of thing. Jen, can we talk to Tyler? Maybe we can do like a split screen. Is that possible? We can pipe Timmy in from wherever the hell he is, bare chested. I mean, obviously we can't do that tonight, but maybe we can do that in the future. I don't know how complicated that is. If we have to add other elements to that, I'm a technological idiot, but Buckeye Family Pizzeria in Marysville, some of the best Columbus style around. Actually, that was in our food bracket or a pizza bracket, and T-Bone has said that he prefers that to Benny's Pizza, which in Marysville I know is sacrilege for a lot of people. But hey, Tyler's here. Look, Tyler, I love it when I see all my friends pop in. Yes, way better than Benny's. Would you rather have the Cubs win another World Series or give up pizza? I'm dead inside at this point anyway. I don't have a lot of emotional feelings about anything. I'm on too many antidepressants, so the Cubs can go ahead and win plenty more World Series. I will enjoy my pizza pie. When does Hunan Lion open? I grew up on that side of town but never tried it. Love me some Sun Tun Lock at Carriage Place. Actually, I've gotten that Sun Tun Lock a couple times since Hunan's closed, and I do like it. It's just not the same as Hunan Lion. They say August, but they've said a million things, so I hope it's true. Drove by Hunan Lion today on my way to my shrink. God bless, for more crazy pills. And now you're here. Looks close to being ready. I hope so. Do you have pets? No, I don't have any pets. I actually, people make fun of me because I'm in my mid 40s and I've never had a pet in my entire life. And I'm pretty sure, live and die and never have a pet. What's your favorite Chinese food place? Well, it was Hunan Lion until it, burned down a couple of years ago. I hope it will be again. My second favorite place is a place called Chai Tai in the Gahanna, New Albany area. It's not feasible for me to go and pick that up and bring it back to Dublin and eat it for a weeknight meal. We'll make the trip over there on like Saturday or a Sunday and eat in there, but really good food. They've been around a while too. Mike, what was the pizza spot in Shawnee Hills that was in Pizza Madness? George's Pizza, which actually I had tonight. Small place. They sell lotto tickets and stuff like that, but can't eat in there. Have to take it out. There was a robin in the fountain this evening. Two cardinals were in there this morning. They were having fun with each other. They were spraying water on each other. I think it was a boy and a girl because one was sort of bright red. The other one had a rusty color to it, which I think is the girl, right? Don't the girls have the more muted colors when they're cardinals? They were having a good old time. Then they went in the tree and I'm sure made some little baby cardinals. I like to think that I contributed to that. Has anyone tried Pizza Nerds? Yes, we had Pizza Nerds in Pizza Madness too, which by the way is the shirt that I am wearing today, friends. Yes, Pizza Nerds were in. I like Pizza Nerds a lot. If memory serves, they did not get past the first round, but I think that's just because people were not as familiar with Pizza Nerds, but I look forward to seeing them in the bracket again next year. For the love of God, get Samantha a turtle. Turtle's disgusting. Got bacteria and stuff like that. Don't they have, what is turtles? Turtles have something. Is it hepatitis or something? Get out of here. It's disgusting. What's with the wrench? Why do we need the wrench? Salmonella. Yes, turtles have salmonella. Bad. Mess you up. Only when cared for poorly. She's going to care for it poorly because I'm not going to do it. And my wife is not going to do it. And let me explain to you what my 8-year-old daughter is like 99% of the time. Hey, can you change the turtle thing? Okay. Licking it or whatever the hell she's doing. How come I don't have a wrench? I want a wrench. I'm a turtle expert. Can we get an appearance from Mrs. Common Man? I have asked my wife to come on this thing. And every single time, yeah, okay. And then I ask her today, you want to come on tonight? No, I don't have any makeup on. So what? Who cares? I don't want everybody to see me without my makeup on. But you never have makeup on because you take a shower before I get home. That's the conversation. Timmy have wrenchy? You want everything. I want a wrench, since everybody else seems to have a wrench, and I want VIP meet and hug Paul McCartney tickets. I don't think that's that much, to be honest with you. Do you wear makeup for the show? No. Do I need to? I won't, because I don't care at this point. Where did the "we don't mind if you look around" come from? That's from Field of Dreams. All the dumb shit that we say is from like 3 movies. And Field of Dreams at the end, when James Earl Jones is he's doing the "people will come." We won't mind if you look around, you'll say. It's only $20 per person. That's what it is. It's stupid. Don't pay any attention to our weirdness. How often do you play the pinball machine? Every day, because Samantha loves to play pinball. You can't see it, but there's a little stool there that she stands on because she's not tall enough to do the pinball otherwise. Mole 420, I appreciate you too, buddy. Now Tim has graduated to quoting movies in the live chat on the YouTube show. No one's called me Moonlight in 50 years. At least you think I got a girlfriend. Give Scrubs another chance. I'm not giving Scrubs another chance. What's my zodiac? I don't know. What is it? Like Aquarius? Is that what it is? January 21st. You tell me what my zodiac is. I think Aquarius. Wow, Jen hates Zach Braff. My God. I love petty Jen, which, by the way, is Jen. That's the only type of Jen there is. Petty, vindictive Jen, which is why we enjoy each other's company. Hey, Jordan's here. How you doing, Jordan? Hey, let me ask you a question. When you do your videos on Instagram, you do those like all at once? Like, did you go traveling like 2 months ago and then go record like a bunch of stuff? Or are you just constantly living out of the car? I need to know. You're in between Capricorn and Aquarius. What does that mean, in between? What does that make me? A serial killer? Psychopath? I live in a 23-foot camper and travel full time. Good job. I respect it. You got to poop in the camper, though. You got to empty out the poop bucket, tank. What are the Reds doing? Are they beating the Rockies? Let me tell you something. I told this to Teddy today. If the Reds don't sweep out the Rockies this weekend, it's over. It's done. You got to win games like this. You got to beat the crappiest teams in the league at home. You got to stack up those wins so that when you go on the road and lose 2 or 3 to the Padres, whatever the hell it is, it's okay. If they're going to be serious, if you're going to make a run at the playoffs, you've got to beat the hell out of these teams. Now, they managed to salvage 2 games in that Marlins series, but you shouldn't be splitting with the Marlins either. Beat them up. Thank you. Public service announcement over. I've been wanting to bring a pizza for you guys, but I live an hour away and you couldn't get the fresh and desserts. Well, what's the place? What's the place? Because I'm not above driving an hour to get really good pizza. You just got to tell me what the place is. Steven Spielberg did Ready Player One, which is set in Columbus. The Circle. Hold on, you guys are moving too fast. Wasn't The Circle the one with Tom Hanks is largely unknown because it predicts the imminent future? Isn't that the one with Emma Watson in it? The Circle. Doesn't Tom Hanks play a bad guy? I can't. I don't know. I can't get behind Tom Hanks as a bad guy. Just makes me uncomfortable. What are we talking about? Which Billy Joel album are we talking about? What's the name of the place, though? Did you say the name of the pizza place? It's just called Pizza Place in New Lexington. That's the name of it. Is like who's on first? It's called Pizza Place. Okay, the Pizza Place. What's the specialty? Is it like thin crust cut in squares? And tell me what to order. Billy Joel 12 Gardens. Yes, I agree. The 2000 concert is a good one too. What's everybody doing tonight other than this? Anybody else doing anything fun? Any young people in here that are going out later? I remember when I first moved to Columbus 22 years ago almost, I was doing the morning shift. And there was a dude whose name I've forgotten who worked at the radio station in like promotions. And I didn't really know anybody in town. He's like, "Hey man, I'm going out with my girlfriend tonight. Do you want to tag along and meet some people?" It's out of my comfort zone, but I was trying to push myself into new situations then. And what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit in my apartment anyway and like watch TV. I'm like, okay, fine. I was working mornings, so I've been up since 3:30 in the morning. And I'm like, okay. And the idiot that I am, I get like showered and dressed and I'm ready to go like at 6 o'clock. And he said he would call me. I didn't have this dude's number. He said he would call me. He was getting ready to go out. So 6 o'clock, I'm like sitting there ready, watching TV, looking at the phone, making sure it's on. 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like, what the hell? I'm exhausted because I've been up since 3:30. And then at like 9 o'clock, I just go and put my pajamas on and like get on the couch with a blanket. He calls at like 10:30 and says, "Hey man, we're going now." It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. 10:30? No. So I just want to let you know, even when I was like 23 years old, I was still an old man. The prospect of me going out at 10:30 now makes me sick to my stomach. Tribe down 1-0 game two. Tribe are going to lose all 3 games this weekend. It's reunion weekend. They're celebrating the 2005 World Series team. It's over. I work for a company in Columbus that can confirm Tom and Margarita Wilson are the worst people. Who's Margarita? What's his wife's name again? It's not Margarita though. Why are they the worst people? Rita Wilson. Right, Rita Wilson. Are they bad people? Oh, they were nice. I don't know. They raised an asshole kid. Jen, they're not bad people. Brent says awful people. Jen says they're not bad people. We need Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson on the podcast to defend themselves. What is it, 9 o'clock already? Billy Crystal's bad? How do you know Billy Crystal's bad? Rimmer loves Billy Crystal. Rimmer thinks Billy Crystal is Tom Hanks. He was in You've Got Mail, my favorite Tom Hanks Billy Crystal movie was You Got Mail. It starred the woman from Who's the Boss. She was the blonde. What the hell was it? Judith Light. That was a good movie. She owned a bookstore, and then Billy Crystal came and ran her out of business, but then they fell in love. Taylor says they fly with NetJets. Shitty people, according to my wife. All right. Taylor, can your wife get me a little thing on NetJets? Thank you. so glad that Mess You Up has now taken on a life of its own. Makes me so happy. You know, I'm sure Billy Crystal is bad. He strikes me as one of those types of guys that name drops everybody in the entire world. Kenny Rogers Chicken. Mess you up. All right, I'm going to go upstairs, see what my daughter is doing. Thank you, friends, for coming again. I appreciate it. It would mean the world to me if you enjoyed the experience tonight, if you would tell a friend about it. I mean, they can watch it whenever they want on demand. It doesn't have to be live, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Timmy and I will be back on Monday with 5 whole shows together, which we have not had in a while, but I'm trying to think what else we got going on. Oh, we're going to do the non-sports show, No Sports Allowed, on Thursday. So tune in for that. If you have some friends and relatives, I don't like sports radio, and you just can't convince them that we're not, then maybe convince them that Thursday's the show they should listen to. So everybody have a great night. Enjoy playing your roulette or whatever the hell you're doing. Go to the casino. See you later.